Hey everyone, Dr. Steve, Dr. Science Stuff, and we're doing the video next to a sink today because it has something to do with the science behind language, how a bunch of languages started. And the sink used to be on our back porch, and then the wind threw it in the woods. I had to go dig it out. But the way the language started, it didn't start at the Tower of Babel. Like, if you think about it, like a scientist, way back when the Bible was taking place, like there were only like 100 people in the world. So they all had to speak the same language. Otherwise, like phone calls would have been super confusing. And then later, when King James came around, he was looking around thinking all these weirdos speaking different languages. He had to come up with a cover story, and he made up the Tower of Babel. And it was hard to get his version of the Bible going because like King Greg had a version and King like Austin had a version, and they had a big Connect Four tournament to see whose Bible would win. And it started as Battleship, but King Randy kept moving his ships. They had to execute him. That's why he wasn't named in the tournament. But anyway, so the way that it really started, let's just take Spanish for a minute. Spanish started in Mexico and became so popular, they named a whole country after it, like Span. And then there was the typo in like Ellis Island, and it became Spain. But like the first sinks in Mexico were real ornate. They're cut out of lava rocks. And then one day a lady was talking to her husband. His name was Bo. And she's like, hey, go over to the lava, Bo. And it's lavabo. Or like some of the first people ever in Mexico were from Germany. And like they would cook in their shoes because they didn't have a lot of money, and like pots and pans. And when the person said, hey, give me a zapato, it became fun to put O at the end of words. Like horses, they'd ride them. They didn't have cars. It's like a cab was a horse. Hey, that's a caballo. Like they put O's in. It was fun. And that's how Spanish started. All languages started like that. If you have any questions on science, send them to me. Dr. Steve, Dr. Science Stuff.